Hello and welcome back to the Little Ghosty Games channel. My name is JStation64 and I will be your GM for this evening as we play Jammy Dodgers, a D&D 5e actual play. It's currently a homebrew game that's going to lead into a star-strolling adventure in SpellJammer. I am joined, as always, by three deadly warriors and the characters that they have chosen to play. So let's meet them and find out how they're doing. Starting off with Ghost of Sunny. How are you today? Yes, that's working. Sweet, there we go.
Nice.
Don't look at that. Don't look at that. I'll take your voices again. So, well, a quick introduction from Basque. I apologise for your removal of your first introduction there. Welcome on in, Ghost of Sunny.
The suppression of my speech. No, that's thank you. That was literally the most coherent thing I've ever said at the start of this game.
Those winning lottery numbers as well. That was,
Yeah, no, hi, I'm Ghost of Sunny. I play Basque, a Tabaxi Ranger. Back to you, Jay.
Excellent. And we have with us the wonderful Amadan, who is, you might have heard me say, sporting some specialist gear, some fresh merch.
Absolutely. Look at this bad boy.
That is flipping awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Like, that was a genuine surprise when we jumped on the call. It's awesome.
See if the camera focuses back. Yes, there we go. Hello everyone, I'm Amadan. Today I will be playing Jomp, your friendly little red kobold sorcerer. Jomp at the moment is pretty much 100% busy with caressing the octo-whisk. She is convinced that this whisk shall lead her to the lands of milk and honey.
Whisk you away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And last but not least, we have the phenomenal RevTed. How you doing, RevTed?
hello, I'm not bad. I don't. I just have a black T-shirt. Yeah, I'm printed. Yeah, it started at the bottom and it's currently working its way up.
It's like one of those loading screens for like an Amstrad. It's like,
yeah. See, I'm old enough to remember when the internet was like that. It'd be like waiting for the picture, still waiting, and I didn't want that picture, and then you have to go back again.
And who are you bringing to the table today, RevTed?
I thought I'd bring Rusty Demeh
Again?
Who is I know, keeps turning up. It's like one of those unwelcome guests at a party, keeps turning up and talking shit and yeah. But yes.
I mean that describes the game.
I don't know if I talk shit. Someone steals my voice. Yes, we are all good.
Well, it's been a little while since we last were together in the depths of Scrumberry. So we'll do a quick recap on what we've done so far. You guys went off on an adventure into the outer wilds of Scrumberry to Scrumberry. On the outer wilds of Scrumberry, in order to find
that's some address. Scrumberry, Scrumberry Boulevard, Scrumberry Way.
And you got some scrumberries whilst you were away on your adventure in order to gain access to the Moon Dancer, a boat that you had been given nod with the captain that may be looking potentially for some dodgers. And you were also asked by your good friend Traevous, also known as Peaches. I don't know how long the name Traevous lasted. I can't think it was more than 2 minutes before it became Peaches. It is just Peaches now. And you came clean and you told the captain about what you were doing. And the captain was very pleased and has asked you a task to fix their ballista to see if you can get that mended, which involved dealing with a dwarf, a stubborn dwarf, and a rather cheery turtle. Who had a disagreement in work but love together, and you managed to convince them in order to get that underway. But upon returning back to the bakery where you guys have often hung out, you discovered that Miss Flowerpenny's bakery had been broken into, and the vats of Scrumberry that you had acquired have been stolen. which Miss Flowerpenny is attributing to your favourite friend, Peaches. You did the right thing and went up to the mayor's office and put in an official complaint. And does anyone remember how that went?
Oh,
she was obsessed with looking for symbols, I think, of tutor or tutti or something.
Tutti. Yes, the god of astral reading or some such, and they were locked in a less than useful bit of indecision. So Miss Flowerpenny said, "Well, we're going to do this ourselves," and started storming off the hill, and that's where we left it. And it is probably where we're going to have to pick it up.
Did we find out Mrs. Flowerpenny's first name? I feel like we did.
We did. Does anyone know what it is?
Elsa.
It is Elsa.
Elsa.
Because fun fact, it was Elena, which is Sartel's first name as well. So I had to change it. So as we return back to Scrumberry, we see Miss Flowerpenny storming down the hill and through the streets of the town, heading drywards away from her shop and towards the shady side of town, quite literally shadowed under the sheer cliffs of the valley. Are you three in tow?
Yeah.
I guess we're following, aye?
Yeah.
Literally the most competent person that we have met in Scrumberry so far, and I would follow Mrs. Flowerpenny anyway.
Yeah, you've learned that Elsa doesn't really what's the word? Frack with mince their words. I guess that's maybe more the phrase. As they barge their way into the mayor's house, and they clearly haven't had the best conversations with your friend over in the police officer or the guard. Sorry, I should say. I've forgotten his name.
That would go with G, wouldn't it?
Sorry,
Hob.
Hob. That was his name.
Yeah, yeah, nothing but with G.
His name is G Hob.
Hob.
It's got a silent C on the front of it, that's all. So as you make your way to the shady side of town, the cool air of the winding alleyways does nothing to kind of cool down Mrs. Flowerpenny's steaming demeanour. Several warehouses are established in this part of town, but the biggest of them is the one known locally as the Bad Batch Warehouse, settled into the very side of the cliff itself. Stepping out into the wide cobbled courtyard, flanked on three sides by large buildings, the fourth side opens up into the inviting turquoise sea and the sounds of the ocean waves lapping up against the stone docks. You see around the courtyard a dozen or so large thugs, all clearly in the employ of Traevous, lingering around the building. Half of them outside the warehouse door, and the rest in small groups kind of dotted around the outside. You can see a handful of merchants, captains, and such gather around the main door, complaining on the deaf ears of the bouncers. And it's the sight of these thugs that causes Miss Flowerpenny's unrelenting march to falter for the first time. And maybe the three of you catch up with her there, having been maybe a step or two behind. I don't know if Rusty would be a step or two behind. Rusty's ridiculously fast, but I feel like Miss Flowerpenny's got a storm going on, so...
yeah. She's on a mission, so yeah, he's probably struggling. Yeah.
Are you guys saying anything to Miss Flowerpenny as you arrive at this courtyard?
Oh, you can't half walk fast when you've got a bee in your bonnet.
Yeah, I imagine it must be harder for Jomp with the little legs.
So, what's the plan? Are we just going to, barge right in and give him a piece of our minds?
I was thinking so, yeah. I think I've had enough of him, and I've had enough of waiting around trying to do something about it.
So, are we going to do violence, are we?
And she kind of looks over the large thugs. Maybe. We'll see. Let's go. And she kind of she literally rolls up her sleeves and builds up her courage and starts marching towards the building, drawing the attention of a couple of the large bruisers who kind of lumber their way to intercept her. What are you guys up to while she's doing this?
think this is going to go very well, do you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to mess with her, to be honest. You want to take some bets on how many she gets past?
Should we do it first wrong to let her go in on her own? Like, I mean, we could use her as a distraction.
Well, I mean, I think we're the B team in this scenario. She's a woman scorned and all that.
And yeah, you can see her at the moment, like she's like giving it that to some big thug, like good 2 foot taller than her, who's just kind of like looking at her vacant stares as she's roiling them out.
So what I'm thinking, I was just gonna go and fully in Basque and character, but we know that Traevous doesn't have any Scrumberries because we stole them all, and he's stolen them back. And there are people gathering, presumably because they want some jam/Scrumberries. Can we talk to the guards? Because presumably if Traevous doesn't have any supply, he can't pay them. So it's not in their interest to let him carry on.
Is that what you're going to go with?
Question for the group.
So, we're going to make them fight amongst themselves.
Is Kurt there? Can we see Kurt?
No, Kurt is not there. There are a bunch of Kurt lookalikes, but there's no actual Kurt.
Oh no! I'm Curtis.
You want Kurt? I'm just
What? Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any training for this kind of situation. What are our options? Have we got a plan B, C, or D, or have we literally just got plan A?
So why don't we just tell him then? You know, excuse me, do you know there's no money to pay you?
Are you going up to the guard and saying that? Or sorry, are you discussing this? Sorry.
Still discussing it.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I wasn't sure if Jomp just went over and was
weird
like, "Hey,
group
listen."
huddle going on.
Maybe.
Shall I?
Well, I mean, maybe we could have a. I know it'd be difficult for us, but maybe we could have a slightly louder conversation that might be overheard in their general vicinity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, are you heading towards the one by this Flowerpenny, or the group that are by the door, or?
I think we should do the other group because
There's always a power dynamic, isn't there, in groups, and there's always someone that looks a bit fidgety, like they'd rather be off, watching something else. Is there anyone like that, looking a bit like on the fence in terms of their involvement and commitment to this cause?
You want to do an insight check and see if you can read any of these thuggish faces?
I would if I hadn't completely lost my character sheet. Now I can't see the dice roll. 14.
14. So there are a couple who are actually on the doors, and they seem to be getting most of the flack kind of consistently from this group of like captains and traders and stuff. It's kind of like a never-ending tirade, and they're just having to stand there and take it. So you can tell that they're getting pretty worn down by their day-to-day existence right now.
You know, John, but you got to admire these people. Potentially they're not going to get paid for this. They're getting all the flack, all the backlash from all these people, and I think some of these people are going to turn nasty. I mean, that bloke over there, the croissant, that looks nasty. But it's. I've heard that Traevous hasn't got the money to pay some of his staff. Those people we saw out on the road they were fuming, weren't they, about not having been paid for 6 weeks?
They were. It's a right shame there's no money to pay for them. I mean, did you hear what that Liz was saying? She said she's never going back because it was a good time to get right out of the business.
Oh yeah, it's the bottom's out of it, literally, I think, and figuratively. But
so as you two are spreading just straight up lies, we're going to need some deception checks from the from the two of you.
We're not lying; we're distorting the truth.
Can we also say that he didn't? I heard that there were some people who were doing a job for him and were so dangerous that the whole field caught on fire, and he didn't give them any compensation.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That looked nasty. Who sets a field on fire? People's livelihoods and things like that. You know, don't forget that ogre who started up his own side business in jam and Scrumberry and.
You know, I heard that Pearson's family got nothing from it. I mean, he died at service of Traevous, and nothing for dying. I mean, if you don't get nothing for dying, you ain't gonna get nothing for living.
There'll definitely be a couple of people in the crowd who will be like, Traevous is dead. Like, when did that? And,
I got a 16 on deception, by the way. Sorry.
What else to be it for deception? You can do a persuasion if you want, because you were telling the truth, a twisted truth.
I got a 19 on deception.
Oh, nice. Very good.
That's
So your misinformation and a little bit of regular information spreads. So it's the best way to tell a lie. Spread a little bit of truth in with it. Spreads, and the crowd starts to get a bit rowdier, and the larger of the two bouncers at the front gate will kind of like stand forward. Like, whoa, listen, all right. We know some like Traevous is whatever deal he's doing. It's costing. We've had to lay a bunch of people off. A gold's slim, but doesn't mean you can go barging in now, right? You can't.
Yeah, I mean, we heard about the layoffs, you know, but I didn't realise that was literally. I mean, the bodies just all piled behind that warehouse around the corner. That's disgusting. You can't treat your staff like that, you know. I know it's called severance pay, but I don't think there's much severing in it. You know, well, not that much severing anyway, you know. It was nasty.
And you hear the crowd getting like louder, and the rumblings getting a bit noisier as the hubbub kind of seems to increase, and then it suddenly you notice all around you hushes quiet as you hear a squeak from up above, and as you look around you can see Miss Flowerpenny and the guard that she was yelling at, as well as a large bunch of the crowd are looking up at the side of the warehouse. If you guys want to go around from the front door to have a look, you can do.
Ooh. Definitely gonna go and have a look.
Can I stay within viewing distance of the door and so like I can see the door and
you can still see both. Yeah, that's you can go to the courtyard and still see that. That's no worries. And as you look up, you can see a small square window on presumably the first floor swings open with a squeak, and Traevous himself pops his little bowler-hatted head out of the window as the crowd kind of gathers round to see what he's doing, and he's come out to see what the hubbub's about. He's got fine ladies and gentlemen and fella folk and the rest. I hear your concerns. I really do. Nah. Nah. Now, you might be thinking, what's old Traevous up to? He ain't selling any of this beautiful, delicious jam. But rest assured, I've always got the good people of Scrumberry at my heart. Things might be a bit dunny-die for you all right now, but don't worry. The future of this town and beyond is squarely in my sights. And that soothsaying moon reader up in the mayor's house, well, she don't know what's going on. But I've got a clue. We're going to make Scrumberry into the most profitable venture. Indeed, I feel very personally that, yeah, I'm going to help make Scrumberry the best place on this whole continent. And you can see the crowd seems to be a little bit surprised that Traevous has made a showing, and also some of them seem a little bit alleviated by his reassuring words.
I mean, he's not an elected official, so I would like to know by what authority he is able to decide the direction of the town. But that is...
Is Basque asking that, of shouting up to the window or anything? Or...
No, I'm wondering... Well, no. Carry on.
Miss Flowerpenny will shout... What right have you got to be talking about taking over this town? Your bloody men stole my berries. He was like, now, you know, indeed, I feel very personally upset by the crimes that have been lavered upon you, Elsa Love. Crime will indeed be one of my main focuses when I'm in power and all that. So you don't have to worry. I will sort this out. And Miss Flowerpenny does not seem satisfied, but again, large parts of the crowd seem to be swayed by his words of reassurance.
Can I cast Hunter's Mark on Traevous without him knowing?
Does it have what are the settings of Hunter's Mark? Does it have verbal, semantic?
I don't know. I've just accidentally clicked it, so I think we're about to find out.
Let's have a look. It's just verbal. So it's just a word. So I guess you could probably say it quite quietly. I would imagine.
So I'm gonna very quietly. It's gonna sound like a little hiss, but it is actually Hunter's Mark being cast.
Are you still doing the eyes closed handout business, or?
It's not a handout. It's more of a. Because Basque is very enraged. Some might say triggered by Traevous's whole situation right now. Also, how dare he call Mrs. Flowerpenny Love? That is very misogynistic. Not a fan.
Well, nothing wrong with Elsa Love. Yeah, anybody else got anything for Traevous as he's hanging out this window?
When he's speaking, can I use minor illusion to make it the sound of a donkey braying when he speaks? You know, eeyore. It's a somatic and a material component, so I guess I can just be messing around with something in my hands. Just like that.
Yeah, so he'll try to continue on with his speech, and again, and every time maybe he tries to say something, it's
every time he tries, I'll say, "We didn't hear that. What did you say? Sounds like a donkey. Did you hear that? Sounds like a donkey when he opens his mouth."
And some of the crowd start to laugh and giggle, and you can tell that he's starting to lose the crowd a little bit, and he'll go again to like eagerly to be like, listen, it's okay.
Is there still guards at the door?
The guards haven't moved. Only the crowd has moved at the moment, because they apparently know their business a little bit. Right, like I know you've all got questions. I'm guessing you're hearing more braying. But I don't have time for that right now, so I'll have to deal with them another time. So sorry, bye. And he'll quickly shut the window closed with a squeak and a thud. And the crowd just seems like half bemused, half entertained.
When he closes the window, I want to be naughty.
Fireball.
Look around at the crowd. Minor illusion, money, gold coins, piles of it in my hands.
Ooh.
Found these in Traevous's warehouse, look. I think he's lying to us.
What are you going to do if someone reaches for these piles of gold in your hand?
I'm going to go, that's my gold. Plenty more in there.
Nice. you want to do a performance check for your magical gold trick?
I can.
I'm Richard the New trick.
Yep. I got a 12 on my performance.
Yeah, some of the you can see some people being like they can notice this is an illusion. There's a little kobold, but some people are still convinced and still annoyed about this whole situation with the money being unrightfully taken from them.
If anyone is like, it's a trick, I'm gonna pull out a gold coin. I do have some from my hoard, and I'm gonna pick it up in the air, catch it, and I'm gonna lob it at them. Stay gold. And I'll take one of my gold coins off my sheet.
And one of them will pick up this gold coin. Some sailor. I'd be like, this is they did actually have gold. This is he must have so much of it in there. And yeah, you can see a large part of the crowd has been swayed now that that Traevous, maybe his sweet words have had less of an effect. But despite being either angered or swayed by his rhetoric, the crowd slowly begins to disperse a little bit, and the thugs begin to kind of like gather up again into a more of a defensive position, having seen that the crowd could turn. Still several groups of angry people hanging around, but the wider group seems to have dispersed a little bit. And Miss Flowerpenny will make their way over to you. And, well, it looks like we might have to do something else to deal with this. He's hiding up there in his little basket house.
I think it's time for arson.
Ooh.
Wait. Our products in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you like that? Oh no, actually, yeah, you're right, Rusty. That's probably a good plan.
Do we still have the little samplers of jam?
Yeah, the ones that you took away with you, you had little samplers. I think you had, a couple of jars, a couple of samplers. You've given one away at least to
because you
Flapjack.
paid for it with my whisk.
Yeah, and one of them,
one.
one of them went to the whisk to Demi.
So I wonder if we go up to one of the guards and say, Traevous said that we were supposed to meet him after he'd spoken to made his grand proclamation. So if you could just out of the way, thank you. We'll be going in.
We've got valuable intel. Intel, if you know what I mean.
I would say if you guys, are you going to go up to the garden doing this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Cool. You guys have been in before, and you have been seen in the warehouse making a deal to some degree with Traevous. So you can make a deception check with advantage to see if you can talk your way into the warehouse.
19.
I got a 1, but then also an 18.
So an 18 and a 19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent stuff. As you, they'll kind of like talk to each other. Oh, maybe we should probably check with the boss to find out whether or not he wants anyone coming in. And the other one.
Well, I mean, you could do that, but you know that's what underlings do, and you look like a sub-managerial position to me. You don't need permission to let someone into your warehouse through your door, do you?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I can't bother going up the stairs anyway, so all right. And they will let you into the warehouse.
I have literally never related to a character more than I can't be bothered going up to the stairs. God, man. Fine, just go in.
The warehouse door creaks open, and with a slam and a shudder, closes behind the three of you as you go in to meet your co-conspirator, Traevous. Are you guys you're like triple agent or something now? I can't even work out what level of double crossing this
I've
is.
lost track.
Yeah.
We are triple, aren't we?
We're just here for a conversation. It's a little chat.
We're spreading the deception around like a jam.
Yeah.
Like a jam.
As you step in, the musty air of the main warehouse and the creak of the floorboards echo around rows and rows of now empty shelves. I'll quickly switch over to our art view, if that's going to work. It's not going to work.
It's on Roll20.
It is, but it's not working on the thing for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, no, that's not that. Let's just
Not
do
back in
something.
the dungeon, in the dark.
Let's do something like this, shall we? Hey, that's close enough. There we go. Let's put it like, hey, there we go. And we're back. No, we lost him. We're back. We're back. There we go.
We're going on quite the journey. The artwork journey.
Oh, I know why. I know why. Sorry. Let me just undo all this. Sorry. It's the same thing I did last time. So, because I've got 2 tabs of Roll20 open, for some reason it always automatically jumps to the one that is not the right size for for this. It does it every time. I don't know why it decided to do that. But yeah, we switch over to the other one. So it'll be that one. Nope, that's you guys. It'll be this one. No, that's still the same, so never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just fix it back the way it was.
Quick redo.
Redo. I don't know if redo works on this, so we'll just do that. It's been weeks since I've used this. So I've forgotten what actually all the tricks are and the elaborate like systems that I've got set up to get this to work. Oh, and it's encroaching on me. I notice as well. I need to get rid of that. And there we go.
Nice use the word encroaching there. Encroach.
Excellent little bit of drama there for the dramatic moment with the find of the warehouse is empty. Previously covered in crates of jam jars, honey, and ink. The shelves now sit bare with only the splashed smears of Scrumberry jam left on the shelves to show that they were ever there. The sweetness that filled the warehouse is now replaced with a musty lingering smell, with a sour tang, the lingering odour of recently enacted heavy labour, and a faint putrid smell that seems to permeate all the other odours. Only a smattering of boxes and barrels remain across the vast warehouse as your footsteps quietly reverberate around the space. It seems much bigger than when last time you were in here, because it's no longer crammed with contents. The sides of the room are kind of split into small bays with separator fences, kind of like a stripped back horse stables. And shelving runs along the opposite the ceiling on like 2 parallel tracks, as well as on shelves on the back wall in this large, now empty space.
Can we tell whether it's been used or removed?
You can do an investigation of one of the remaining empty barrels if you want to.
I was thinking more like, is there like any like drag marks or obvious signs that something's been moved around? Or
you can do a investigation check. Have a little nose about if you want to.
13.
It's difficult to tell if things have been dragged. In this warehouse, they've been dragged a lot of the time, so it's difficult to know whether or not they are they've been recently dragged or dragged over a long period of time. Kind of whether or not it's something that's happened recently, or because it was a very busy, packed warehouse. So it's difficult to tell whether or not it's if the things that have been if Traevous has just eaten it all. But there was ink here as well as a few other bits, kind of other general cargo. It wasn't just the Scrumberry that was here, but there were lots and lots of bits.
Can I, because you mentioned specifically the smell, can I use my, I want to say like tabaxi abilities, and because I also have the ability to like basically Basque gonna kind of like sniff the air and be like, oh, this smells a bit dodge. Don't really like. It's not very nice, is it? Like, he's used to the fresh air down by the sea.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant. But I guess what he's trying to figure out is, can he tell where people were moving through, or is there a particular direction where maybe there were more people gathering, or how recently has all of this gone down?
You could do a perception check to try and find out if you want to. Baxi gets proficiency with it for free, if I remember correctly.
If I can find it, is the question. Perception. Boop. 16.
How have we done?
16.
16. And you're trying to find out if there was a particular thoroughfare kind of thing of movement.
Yeah.
The main drag seems to be the main kind of the central run of the warehouse, into where all the people were moving backwards and forth. You cast Hunter's Mark though, right?
Mhm.
Does that let you know where someone is?
It will let me know where Traevous is.
Traevous
I
is.
think. I could be wrong about this.
Cool. So as you look around, you can see upstairs on the first floor of this kind of like gangway that runs around the top of the warehouse. You can see a door that kind of lines up where Traevous's head was poking out, presumably his office, and that is not the direction that you're sensing him from. Is there a range on this?
Ooh, let me. Choose a creature within range. Just within range.
Yeah.
Which is 90 feet.
Oh, you have advantage on checks to try and find them. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say with your check before, you can tell that the scent of Traevous, you've been up and close to him, isn't coming from the direction of that door.
Ooh. Can I see if there's a smell of anybody else? Or sign of anyone else?
No,
So
that's what the check is kind of revealed.
Can I see which direction he is in fact, where he is in fact located? If he's not in that direction, is he presumably in another direction?
He's been kind of where you guys are more recently, you can tell.
And we can't see him.
No. There are several crates and things around, whether or not he's popped into one.
Are we being led by a guard?
No, they just let you in.
Really? They just
Yeah,
let
yeah.
us in?
You guys are just in the warehouse. Nothing really to go.
I start poking through some crates. This
There's
close to just going like, Traevous! Where are you, Traevous?
Should we go and have a rummage through his office?
Ooh.
We can make you invisible.
Ooh. So what's the
You
plan?
know, I can stay here and be me. You two can be invisible if you want and go and have a rummage.
Ooh.
Can only do it for an hour, like, and I've never done it before. Feel good about it.
I mean, what are we trying to actually do? Are we trying to confront Peaches, or are we trying to find out where our Scrumberry is, or we just want to fuck shit up, or
All of the above.
Yeah, all of the above.
Cause him as much trouble as possible. Steal all his stuff. Quite keen on
Avenge.
that.
Avenge Mrs. Flowerpenny's and our jam.
I.
well, I
put him
mean,
out
I'm
of
not
business.
a very good detective, but quite good at sneaking around.
What do you reckon?
I can stay and keep a lookout because I should be able to know if he's nearby. And then sort of won't want to say that I can totally beat up Traevous because I did a spell on him, because if Traevous is around about, I don't want him to know. But
Do we need like a universal call, like a or if something's happening, or are we just gonna split 3 ways and pray, or?
Are you all going up to the office? So you're all staying where you're at? Are you going invisible? Are you going non-invisible?
Well, I mean, I don't think I need to be invisible. Jomp, I mean, you've got sticky fingers. Maybe you could look around the office.
Cleaned last night. You on about?
I like the idea that Jomp saying the cleaning's like bits of paper and stuff.
You can make 2 of us invisible, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're offering, you know, it might be fun. Could have some fun with him.
Aye.
So Basque, you're staying here. Jomp's going dipping in the office, and I'm taking my mushrooms for an adventure.
Cool.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and Rusty, and I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to do it.
Ooh.
This is
Very
the
nice.
first time I've ever used sorcery points. You know, a reptile, they have scales, and in between scales I've got like these little, where you can see their skin through. Essentially, as she's using her sorcery points to essentially double the spell, you can see that in between her scales starts to glow very, very slightly, like the colour of sunrise. It starts from her feet and just like scintillates up her body until it ends in a snout and just goes back to normal again. And we're both invisible.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, that was weird. It started out all magical and then he just disappeared. I didn't get to see the ending. I was a bit miffed about that.
I never expected to do it on myself, to be honest, says this disembodied voice.
Yeah, Basque, you're just in a warehouse with
gonna
like...
sort of like pat out his hand to try and like on Rusty and Jump.
Sticky claw reaches your hand,
Oh, that's so weird.
sticks to it slightly. You have to pull it
And he'll
off.
be like,
Right then. So an hour. We've got an hour.
Cool.
I hope I can keep it up. I've never done this before. You hear the voice dwindling in the distance.
Basque, you got a rough direction, or you say you can
Traevous?
point in Traevous? Yeah.
Are you heading towards the office, or...?
I'm heading towards the office.
Cool.
I'm gonna sort of stand with my Basque and stand with his back to the office and just sort of like keep an eye on the rest of the warehouse, and might sort of poke the odd crate, sort of like have a little look.
I was going to say, you can't really follow each other because you can't see each other, so... you can head up this. There's a small ladder in the corner that leads up to the gangway around the top, and there's more crates and things up there, like just a handful, not many. And most of them seem to be empty. If you can, the ones that are like broken, you can see into. There's a few sealed ones still around, but they're mostly just remnants of whatever's been in there. And yeah, you get to the door, a very small square window on the door. You can see inside is indeed an office. You have to maybe Jump would have to jump to look inside.
Oh, blimey. Has anyone else followed me? Can't remember if anyone was coming with me.
You'll be able to see if they are.
No.
Basque, you're staying in the middle, right?
Mhm.
Rusty, what are you up to?
I was hoping that Basque. I thought you said you could tell what direction he was roughly in.
No,
With
we
the
thought
hunter's
I thought that's what the spell did, but it's not what the spell does.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I'll follow. Well, no, I won't follow Jomp because I can't see him. I'm going to think I follow Jomp.
Very awkward ladder climbing sequence where
Oh dear.
Quite a few fall down off the ladder and back up again.
Oh dear me.
Yeah, you see this this small office, and through the little window, of the door.
Is the door unlocked or is it locked?
Are you trying the handle?
I am.
You try the handle, and the door is indeed locked.
I have no way of getting in a locked door. But that doesn't occur to Jomp. I'm gonna shoulder barge it.
Nice. Do you want to do a strength check?
Absolutely.
Do you still have the
Just-
braces on your feet?
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Pure strength.
Nice.
14.
14. And the door gives way. It was not a very heavy door.
I'm gonna freeze.
As the door barges open, you
Yeah.
do hear a quick whiz, and you feel
Oh.
pressure coming from one side. You make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Absolutely. No.
5. As mounted on the side of the door, like on the wall to the side of the door, sorry, is a
Yeah.
tube. Looks like looks like a tube anyway. That spurts out acid at you.
I
And-
rolled 22 on my con save. My invisibility
Nice.
failed.
So you are still invisible, which is good.
So is Rusty.
Oh yeah, because you'd both go on invisible, wouldn't you? I didn't even occur to me.
Oh, acid.
So 4 points of acid damage
Oh.
squirts out over you.
Oh. Oh.
Can I? I know this is weird. Could I ascertain where Jomp is by the acid hanging in the air?
Yeah, you'll
Or
see
just
at least for a little moment, like the scorched outline of a kobold in front of you.
Briefly. And you hear a muffled, oh.
Can we see anyone in the office? Or?
No, the office itself is empty now that you're inside. You can see a messy desk with lots of bits on it. There are several bits of a what look like maybe they used to have valuables on them or in them, but they've now been cleared out. But mostly the desk seems to be covered in all kinds of paperwork and notes and stuff.
Right. I want to take all of the paperwork and put them in my bag.
Nice, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, because I don't really have time to read them all. All the paperwork goes in my bag. Is there
Cool.
anything in the desk drawers? I'm now very, very wary. Because I've just been hit with some nasty acid. I'm going to look underneath the desk. Because I'm scared that if I open a drawer, something is going to shoot out at me.
Do you
I
want
have
to
no
do
clue that Rust is behind me, do I?
an investigation check for anything that potentially stealable?
Stealable. Oh, -1. Let's have a look. What do I roll?
Not stealable, trappable.
Okay, clicking again. Oh no! My first, because it didn't work the first time, so I clicked again the second time. My second was a nat 20, so I
Oh,
got a
no.
19. However, my first roll was a 5. This.
So yeah, there's nothing trapped on these drawers on this desk whatsoever.
Oh, perfect. Then I'm going to go and open them. Let's have a look, see what's in the drawers. For sure, 100%.
The drawers.
Is this,
Go on, sorry, Rusty.
I was going to say, is this the room that he was speaking out the window from?
Yeah, you can see the little window, and you can see the little cleared patch on his desk that he must have been kneeling on to get to the window.
Oh, did he?
And little cleared dust marks where his knees were that he scruffled along to make it out. The drawers are locked. There's 2 drawers, one on either side of the chair space.
Okay, I am going to. Oh God, why does anyone know how to pick locks? I am going to take out my vegetable cleaver and I'm going to hack at the drawers. I'm literally, it's one of those large bladed, I'm going to put sideways into where the clasp would be on the drawer, and I'm going to go at it. Because, you know, subtlety.
Yeah, while invisible.
While invisible, yeah.
So yeah, I guess Rusty, from your perspective, you just see like one of these desk drawers just suddenly start like getting chunks into it, like from somewhere.
This is some weird stuff. I'm gonna head away from the office, see if I can find like another escape route or another passage out of the building up on this level somewhere.
Yeah, do you want to do an investigation check to have a nose around? Meanwhile, whilst Rusty's doing that, if you want to spend some time doing it, you can do it with advantage if you want to. If that's what you're going to spend like a little while doing, Rusty, or are you going to...
I got an 18 with a -1. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. So whilst Rusty's exploring the rest of the warehouse, Jomp, you manage to prang your way into the drawers, and inside it you see a two pieces of paper. One of them says that, well, it looks like a page out of a diary or some sort of note that's kind of fallen out. Basically, it says that the demands for Caustus have increased, but the payout will be worth it. Caustus. The other appears to be a sketch. What looks like the whole of Scrumberry being industrialized with vast factories for jam production, armies of berry pickers, like all little tiny like little stickman sketches, and a great big head office, a mere quarter of which of this vast large head office would stand now where Miss Flowerpenny's bakery. A small note next to it has a little picture of a jar of jam, and then an arrow to the word Caustus, and then an arrow from the word Caustus to a little picture of several gold coins, and then gold coins to the picture of jam in a little circle.
How do you spell Caustus?
Caustice. Like justice, but with CA.
Caustus. Wow. Jam to Caustus to gold. Wow, this is interesting. I'll definitely stuff that into my bag.
Cool.
Sticky in that bag.
Meanwhile, Rusty, whilst you're exploring the rest of the warehouse, you notice you were looking at like kind of see whether or not the things had been moved, where they'd been moved to, for example. You notice that several large drag marks seem to be heading towards this shelving unit at the back of the warehouse. But the size of the things that would be dragged in that direction, the shelves aren't big enough to support anything that big.
This seems a bit sus. Can I investigate or check on the shelves? Did you say? I was going to say bookcase, but I can't imagine there's a bookcase in this place.
It's just like stacks of shelves kind of thing. Yeah.
Can I see if there's any like marks on the floor to see if it's moved sideways or swung out or?
Looking around on the floor, you can't see anything. You can't see any indication of which way that anything has moved. In terms of like apart from maybe when it was first installed. But there's in terms of there's no markings on the actual floor. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And what's on the shelves? Just anything of note or just random?
You can do an investigation if you want to look about, see if you can find some bits.
Yeah. 4.
Looking around, you feel several. Actually, whilst you're checking the shelves, Basque, what have you been up to in the warehouse?
So in the warehouse, been like gonna keep an eye out for Traevous because I don't think that he has gone. So probably like any noise, Basque's gonna be like looking around, and then after a little while, it's probably gonna get slightly. I want to say probably a little bit bored, maybe a little bit curious. And it's gonna start like having a little look in some of the crates and just giving them a little poke with his toe, and then away and waiting for Traevous to spring out.
Looking around the crate of the warehouse, most of them seem just like they once held either jars of Scrumberry or other like just cargo and bits and bobs. Until one of them you open, and inside is a dead body.
Ooh.
Do I recognise the body?
No, it is. Do a medicine check.
This is out of Basque's wheelhouse. So out of my wheelhouse, I don't even know where it is on the app. Medicine. Six.
You don't recognize this person. You don't even recognize what species this person was. Which you can tell that they are dead. They've not been dead recently. They've been dead probably a while.
Rusty, help! I don't know if we had a signal, but that's consider that the signal.
Well, I heard something, but it wasn't a car, so.
Are you continuing checking the shelves, Rusty?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So whilst Basque is finding themselves an interesting treat, and Jomp's up in the office, you're reaching around on these shelves, Rusty, trying to find out, see if there's any false panels or anything like that. As you move your hand over, you feel like a weird tingle on your hands as you're moving along the shelves, and maybe as you lift your hand up slightly, you can see there's a light glowing on it from something on the shelf. And as you do, Basque, where you're from, you can see the crate that's in front of you also glows with a symbol on the front of it, as do several other of the crates around the warehouse. And you hear a breaking.
Is this the crate with the body in?
Yes.
Okay.
You hear a breaking noise, like a snapping noise. Not of wood or of metal systems or anything like that, but it sounds like the snapping of bone as cracking themselves out of these crates. You see several animated skeletons crawling their way out of the remaining crates. Giving a shaky, scattery cry. Do you all want to roll for initiative? Don't roll yet, though. I need to move you to a different. I'm going to move you somewhere first, and then you can click on your tokens and then roll initiative, because that's how the game works.
Wait, are we having a combat map?
This is just for reference for our esteemed teams. I don't know what they're doing there. The office is up here. The shelves are there, and Basque was over here. So that's where you guys are.
It's called Basque on the stream.
Oh, it is.
Foretelling.
I didn't even see that. Spoiler alert for Basque. Sorry, Basque.
My 9 lives have come to an end.
That's really funny. I did not realise that I was there.
I'm too cute to die.
Can you imagine? For each of the 9 lives, there was actually 9 cat skeletons.
That'd be horrendous.
Oh, the question is if I can get rid of it, though. That's the real question.
Boy.
Aha! There we go. I think that's it. There we go. So, if you select a token and roll for initiative, you should appear in the initiative tracker with your
blimey.
rolls.
Nat 20. Gosh.
Oh, very nice.
I have literally, I'm really sorry, I have no idea how to use Roll20. Where is my initiative? Is it just in my normal character sheet?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
If you click on your token and then click on initiative, it should rock.
Oh, it does. It works.
Look at you guys, fast off the draw.
Does that
Sorry,
work?
because I listened to
Or
what
do I
you
need
said.
to do it within the-
Oh,
You're on
Basque is traumatized.
Basque, let's so. This, like, a fist comes crunching out of this crate and like tears it apart and stands up. The body that you just saw and freaked out stands up and starts moving towards you.
It's not the 5.
Chaps in. Oh, just a little bit faster than that. Jump, you are in the warehouse. So the it's about 60 foot by 40 foot, this large warehouse area. You're in the office space, so you will have heard, I'm guessing, Jump's cry.
I'm above them.
Sorry, go on.
Basque's cry. I'm above them.
Yes. If you come dashing out of the office, it's probably about 10 foot of your movement to get to where you are out into the actual warehouse. There's one directly opposite you, and there's one also on the same floor as you over there, as well as a few down below.
And we've got a couple threatening Basque, haven't we? Boop, boop, boop.
We're still invisible, aren't we?
Yes.
But if I do anything, that invisibility is going to drop from us both. So, I am going to move. Can I move to where I've got a clip? So I essentially want to support Basque. Do I have a clear sight on both of these bad boys that are kind of nearest Basque?
Yeah, so there are 2 skeletons either side of a small collection of crates near Basque.
Yeah.
Because the map's not on screen, so it's just for reference. And yeah, you can make your way along the the upper railings and make your way over to the. So you've got a view of these 2 that have just kind of both of them. Well, say both of them. All of the skeletons in the room. There's 5 in there at the moment. All of them are looking towards Basque.
Well, I don't like that at the moment. That's ominous. Ooh.
Don't listen to the words that I say, surely.
Ugh, no.
I've got no clue where Rusty is, do I?
No.
No clue at all. I want to wait for him. Oh well, I can't wait. I'm going to drop my invisibility as soon as I do this. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Nice.
I believe flame-like radiance descends on a creature that I can see. Okay. I want to do it on this bad boy, the nearest one to Basque.
Cool.
So I want to give Basque time to breathe and move out of range if they need to.
The one that's coming out of Basque's box.
Yeah, exactly. The one that Basque has just woke up. So you need to make a DC. Oh, it's so small. Let's see what it says in the chat.
Have a look. Is it dexterity?
This is 13 dex save,
Let's
yes.
see how the Skelly boy does.
Oh, he
It's an
made
18. The flames kind of like whip around the box, and he just kind of just shakes them away in angry, animated fashion.
And invisibility drops.
As Rusty, you pop back into visible existence. I don't know if maybe you'd. You know what? I was talking about you looking at the light on your hand, but there wouldn't be any light on your hand because your hand is invisible. But yes, your hand is now visible, as is the rest of you. What are you up to? You can see behind you on the ground floor. There's 3 of these critters. seem to be crawling out of these boxes. And above you, you can see 2 others, one on either side of these gangways. Near one's on the same side as Jomp. Just come back from the office. To come back from the office sounds so mundane for this situation. They made their way back from the office.
So I'm on the bottom floor in the centre now.
Ground floor, yeah. There are ladders. Be one down by the office, not too far from where Jomp is, and probably one opposite, not too far from where you are.
I am going to... Jomp is panicking, aren't they? Are they visibly panicking, or...
Jomp or Basque?
Basque, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Basque was freaking out, right, when you Basque? What is that? Yep. What does that sound like or look like?
Yeah,
that's not very easily mistaken, is it? I guess.
So I'm gonna hear the exact opposite of a purr, and start running down towards the one on the to Basque's right.
Cool.
Let's make it easier.
The one nearest.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of run towards and then like sort of leap up onto the crate and then try and sort of come down in it.
Oh, nice. Sort of, if you're going to try and do you're going to try and get some, you can try and leverage some sort of advantage by doing a trick jump if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds a bit weird. You've just given me an idea. Could I, while running, kick that crate towards the other one while fisting the one on the right?
I would say if you are looking to kick some of the parts of these crates onto the other one whilst you're trying to attack the one that's kind of right next to Basque, you'd have disadvantage on both. You're trying to do 2 things at once, so it's going to be difficult to do. So neither of them might get pulled off successfully. So it's your call.
He's got a feeling that somewhere in someone's going to say that every action has a equal and opposite reaction, and he's going to go for it. So
cool.
Disadvantage.
So it'll be an athletics check, I guess, to kick the box towards the other one.
I got a 19 and a 10, so 10.
It slides towards. It kind of slides towards it, but it like topples right at the end, and then just stays still. And the skeleton form doesn't barely register. It's just kind of it's not aware of impending accident. It works. it's not bothered by it, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
But you still can do any kind of attack if you want to. You're still within range of this other one, but again, it would be with disadvantage again.
Yeah, I'll do. I'll do an attack.
Cool.
Would kicking the crate, count as a bonus action?
No, I'd say that was the thing that you did. That's why you've got disadvantage, so that's fine.
Okay, yep. So I'll continue while expertly not kicking a crate at someone. Try and punch this other skeleton.
I think if it had something in it, maybe if it had more heft, it would have slid further. But it was that kind of like just didn't really slide the way you wanted it to.
It's more like an irritating chair pull in a quiet library.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna punch the one on Basque's right, so my left.
Excellent stuff. Go for it.
Is this? Did you say with disadvantage as well?
It is as it's the cost of also kicking the thing as well.
I got an 11.
An 11. You managed to smash through with your fist the last remnant of the crate around this skelly boy. Unfortunately, not hitting the chap himself.
Okay, this is all new to me with the whole. I can't just punch them. I can punch them several thousand times.
So you have a bonus action to do just an unarmed attack, or you can use your flurry of blows to do many.
Yeah, that's what I was wasting time so I could read it.
No, it's all good. These are all
so I'm going to use
guys,
spend a key point to do the flurry of blows.
Excellent. So is that 2 more unarmed attacks? Is that right?
2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. 2 more. What's that? Is Rusty like breakdancing doing these attacks, or is it just a quick punch to jabs? Or
he's gonna, from the skeleton's point of view, the crate is suddenly just gonna smash with this fist coming through. And the skeleton seems to think, oh, the fist is slowing down, but no, it opens up and grabs his jaw. And then the other hand comes in, trying to knock his block off.
Rusty's not beating up the skeleton, he's disassembling it.
Yeah. So are these with disadvantage, or are these just normal?
No, these will be regular.
So just 2 unarmed strikes.
Oh,
25 and a 22.
One of them was a crit, right?
Yeah, one was a natural 20.
A natural 20. As the jaw just like shatters into pieces.
And the other hand's coming for the back of the skull, trying to
just crushes through its spread. So how much damage are we talking about from this thing?
6 plus 4 for the crit, and 5 for the normal.
15 points of damage from this attack. And as you punch the back of its head area, I guess, it just kind of just shatters down into pieces, and it is done.
Oh, they made of paper. I don't even know what you're worried about. Perhaps you could blow it over.
There's like shards of like bones and from bits of skeleton, and Bass just like, trying to like get it off.
I could just imagine Rusty's still got the jaw part in his hand.
Excellent stuff. So, it is the skeleton's turn. Up on the gangway, one of them will notice a small, lively critter on the surface and will lumber menacingly towards the kobolds. As it does, dragging up a large rusted blade, scraping along the wood behind it. Raise it up and begin to swing it down towards our tiny kobold friend.
Oh, I'm still hanging off the edge of the balcony. Feet are kicking.
An attack with its shortest of swords.
It's rusty as well, isn't it?
Is 14 to hit.
Oh, for sure.
For 3 points of slashing damage as it scrapes across you with its blade. Meanwhile, down on the deck, the other two come lumbering towards the rest of the party. Rusty one comes scraping towards you. This one's got a similar, looks like maybe it was a rapier at one point. Kind of like bent and zigzag along the blade, and it just kind of tries to whip it at you. For an 8 to hit.
No.
Nope. Is that just a stylish dodge from Rusty, or is it just a really bad attack from this thing?
Yeah, that's just a Rusty light. Sorry, mate. Was that meant to hit me? I thought you were just pointing at something on the ground behind me.
You see a close-up with the skeleton being like, ha ha, and stabbing towards, and it's just right next to you. It's not even.
Yeah.
Another comes lumbering towards you, Basque, as you are backed up against these crates. This thing comes scraping towards you, holding 2 small swords, and raises them both in one action to kind of cross slash against you. Apparently this was more of a flourishing fellow back in his heyday. Oh, for a natural 20. Crit on the cat for 5 points of damage, which is not that bad, to be honest.
Crit the cat.
Compared to, was it Thimble's 14 per hit? Then yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will take it.
And I think the first one. I'm going to roll for the first one to see whether or not they're interested in our wonderful. Oh no, you did brightly coloured spells, didn't you, Jomp?
I did.
Yes. As the one on the far side lumbers up what looks like a dead wood bow, long, like rusty and moss along it, and it kind of lifts it up and pulls back an arrow and looses it towards a little tiny Jump. For a 10 to hit.
That's past me.
And its hollow, dead eyes just kind of look down towards its quiver to retrieve another arrow, and doesn't seem to be too upset about the miss. Basque,
oh my gosh.
on the ground floor, arrows are flying, skeletons are exploding next to you, and one of them is swiping at you with his sword. What do you do?
I'm going to use my quarterstaff and trying to hit the one in front of me that is swiping at me.
Go for it. You're going to smack attack.
Okay, so
We got.
So if I do a success, yeah, so 18 to hit, and then
Nice.
8 because they were marked, and then 5 because just bludgeoning damage. So it should be
So is this your
8
marked
plus 5.
target? Is this swarm target? You Basque got a lot of biz.
So this is my swarm target. So the first time I make a successful attack roll,
Yeah.
they are marked with
Cool.
my swarm dude.
So your marked target. So how much damage are we talking about?
5 plus 8, which is 13.
Excellent stuff. And what does it look like as you attack this critter?
Literally just gonna quarterstaff right down on his head. It's not elegant, but it needs to be done.
The skull maintains intact, but just kind of like plinkos all the way down its ribs and the hips and onto the floor as it collapses in a pile in front of you. What does the swarm look like whilst you're doing that?
It looks like little fireflies, because I think that was the last time that Basque cast it, would have been with little glowing fireflies.
Oh.
When we were trying to convince Dimmy to come and help us, and I think that would probably be Basque's go-to, because this is a pretty grim. This is pretty grim. So we're gonna have some little sparkly fireflies to brighten things up. I'm gonna go for it.
It's pretty sweet. Excellent stuff. We are at the top of the round, and Jump, before your go.
Mm-hmm.
You all see around you the one that Rusty had successfully smashed to pieces. Parts of the leg and the bone kind of like arc back into position and joint back together as it kind of reassembles itself, still missing its jaw. Maybe, Rusty, you feel the pull in your hand of its jaw trying to get back as this thing gets back up to its feet. The one that originally came out of the box is back up and running. But it is your go, Jump. What do you do?
How obvious is it that they're reforming?
It's pretty obvious that this one has kind of like reassembled itself in a way that's kind of like clinking itself back to place, and like lots of bone crunching noises. It's kind of reassembled itself and like lurched slowly back up into some sort of fighting position over on the far side. But it depends on how busy you are with the two that are right in front of you. Well, shooting at you and everything.
Yeah. Are these magical symbols obvious as well?
On the crates, they've gone away now. They were there, but they've kind of they've sizzled out.
Okay. Jump's not very fast thinking, so she's gonna carry on, and this round at least.
Cool.
Cast. What's it? No, not guiding bolt, not that one. Sacred flame. Okay, let's have a DC save.
Are you taking the one that's swiping at you with its rusty blade.
Absolutely. It's just going to unleash. I don't know what the opposite of hellfire is.
Dexterity save from this thing.
Absolutely.
17.
Oh,
These things are
17 again.
really dodging your attacks. I'm sorry.
How high up am I?
It's about 10 foot up.
How high are these crates? They're not.
There'll be piles of crates and stuff that you can jump down on. Maybe 5 foot,
I am
5 foot
gonna
down.
Attack of opportunity.
Cool. Swipes at you.
Yars. Oh,
For
got
16
me.
to hit.
-4 again.
Just catching you.
Ouch.
4 points of
And
piercing.
I'm gonna jump down onto, if I can, this crate here.
Yeah, you can jump down. It's a downward jump. It's not much of a challenge. 25 foot.
Fantastic. And then I'm gonna, if I can, get as far down. I want to crouch in between the crates, so at least the one that was taking pot shots at me can't take any more at me.
Ah, well, you can get
If I
underneath
can.
these palisades if you like. There's the two
That's
tracks.
exactly what I would like to do if I've got enough movement.
Yeah. Whatever movement you've got, the downward
Perfect.
motion isn't going to cost you any extra.
Okay, 15, 20. So I reckon I can get just underneath here then.
Cool. And yeah, you can hear it creaking above you, the floorboards and the bones. As the other one, like, kind of, it's still just swiping where you were. It's just
Oof.
not still going. Rusty, sure, go.
I assume there's the one reform next to me. It's already reformed, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to spin around, grab the one behind me, and try and, sounds a bit weird, loop the jaw through his jaw, and then shove him towards the one whose jaw it is, hoping that they might entwine.
You can do a shove check for certain, which is a contested strength check. Do you want to go for that?
Yeah, so just a straight up strength.
Straight up strength check.
19!
These guys 16 on a 0, which is really good. But it is not enough to beat Rusty's 19, and it's going to go clattering into each other. And I'm going to say they're both prone from the.
I'd like to think that one jaw goes around like the other jaw, like that, so they kind of stuck together.
Cool. Yeah, they're kind of like they've just meshed into each other a little bit.
Like they're kissing.
That's probably your action. Have you got any bonus action business you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to clamber over the crate.
Yeah. Would
Shield of Faith be a bonus action?
It should say so in the spell. I think it is, if I remember.
Oh yeah, one bonus action.
Cool,
It
cool,
literally says at the top, yeah, which I skimmed, missed.
I don't need that information.
Yeah, I read the important stuff like pain, but not like. Yeah, so I'm going to make my way over the barrels towards Jomp and just drop down beside them, and just give me a little scooch behind the ear and give them Shield of Faith.
To Jump.
To Basque, sorry.
Basque. Cool.
Ah,
No worries.
thank you.
Yeah, you can climb over that way. You will get attack of opportunity from the one that you've just chucked about, but it'll have disadvantage because it has been chucked about. So it's going to try and swipe at you, but it's going to have a bit more difficulty. Ooh, was a 15 hit?
No.
Good rolls from the Skelly boys.
Almost like magic.
It's the ogre all over again. What was that? +2 to your AC? Is that how that was? That Shield of Faith?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
What does Rusty's Shield of Faith look like?
It's just like a little. It's different for every single person he casts it on. Actually, for Jump, it's almost like a bubble, sort of settles over them and then just like pops and just like absorbs into the fur.
Oh, Basque, yeah.
That Basque. Why do I keep saying Jomp?
Saying Jomp. My ears
It's
are
been
going,
weeks,
what?
guys. Like, it's fine.
It's a nice word to say.
It's true.
Jomp.
Excellent stuff. It is more goes of Elskella boys. One of them is going to continue lumbering towards Basque. The other one probably can still get in towards Basque as well. And this one needs to try and make its way to the ladder. It's going to look at the ladder and try and work out like what that means. We'll find out in a minute or two whether or not it actually manages to make it down. This one up here is no longer got sight of Jomp, and it's only going to take a shot at Rusty. So the one that was taking a shot down at Rusty, that was drawing under the bow, aims and realizes that was aimed at Jomp. Sorry, realizes that there's not a little red kobold anymore there, and just lazily moves to the side. And the first thing it sees is a little human boy, and is going to take a shot at Rusty.
Can I? No, doesn't matter because he missed.
Oh, he missed the 15 hits.
I was going to say, can I do the deflect missiles thing? But...
Does it have to hit you for you to do that?
It says about reducing damage, so I'm assuming.
Oh,
so.
yeah, cool. So yeah, it just misses you. You think it'd be easy to catch one that misses, I guess, but no. On the ground, I've got two attacks coming in towards Basque from these two skeletons. One of them that's reformed, the other one lumbering over that had previously been chasing Rusty, who's made an escape over the barrels, which the skeleton's not inclined to do. So you've got two stabby stabs coming in towards Basque. Got one for a 7 to hit.
Are they still attached to each other?
Oh, you're right. Disadvantage. They are still merged into each other as one horrible, weird, like
an embrace.
Just two arms with swords sticking out the side of this weird double skeleton in the middle.
like a really weird three-legged race. But like...
Two-jawed race.
So it's a 6 with disadvantage for the first attack, and the second attack is going to be a 17 to slash at. What's your AC with your boosted ability from Rusty?
My standard AC is 16, so what do I get extra from Rusty?
+2.
So 18,
Nice.
so that would just miss.
Nice. So you get to see the
Thank you, Rusty.
the bubbly
You can't let-
poppiness.
Off the bubble.
Boing.
And it doesn't even seem to register. It's like its cold face doesn't even seem to register that it's not hit you. It just kind of just goes ready to try and slash towards you again in merciless efficiency. Meanwhile, our guy up at the top, trying to make his way down the ladder, is going to look down, like teetering down. Still got his sword in his hand. He's going to see if he can like lower himself down, foot first, to try and see if he can make it on this.
What,
this ladder.
forwards?
Yeah. Yeah. He takes a step forward with a 4 on his check, and he steps forward, and the rest of him just go. And you see him just like shatter to the ground on the ground up there into many pieces, scattered around the floor. Basque, it is your go. Got 2 of these guys stabbing at you. One of them shooting from the ceiling. Another one's just exploded themselves at the bottom of a ladder.
Can I use my action to cast in a 20-foot? Would you say they were all in a 20-foot range? I would say the 3 around me are definitely within a 20-foot range.
Yes.
What about the one that's up by Jomp?
Is it spherical or is it just
Cubular.
cubular? Yeah.
In that case, I am going to cast Fairy Fire,
Ooh.
and all of the little skeletons, the little, my little glow. I call them glowworms. They're not glowworms, but the
Crawling
little
on the
fireflies. Yeah, gonna flutter around all of the skeletons, and they're gonna make them glow blue.
Ah. You have to make a check
And
of
now
some kind?
So yes, it is a It is a spell save. So if you make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. So the one that is most northerly tangled within the Skelly combo has gotten a 10, which is a fail, I'm guessing.
Yes.
The one that's closest to you in the Skelly combo got an 18, which is a save. And then the one with the bow, who's been trying to pick at Rusty and Jomp, got a nat 20. So, unfortunate. I would say as well, I'm going to do one for the Shattered to Pieces one as well, just to check. And I'll give him disadvantage because he's shattered to pieces. And it's a fail either way. So yeah. So the north, like half of the glowing one, half of the combined one, sorry, is now glowing. And yeah. So it's advantage on attacks against that one. Is that right?
Yeah. So everyone who can see it glowing blue gets an advantage.
Excellent stuff. Is that you done, Basque?
I think I may also run away to under over here is where we discover that I can't use.
Where are you trying to run to?
Under this dude. Can I run to there?
I see you running underneath the covering palisades.
Yes.
Cool. Where you've run to on that side, you are visible by the one on the thing. By the way, just to let you know.
That's alright. I'll take it.
Cool. So yeah, you sprint away. You're going to get attack opportunity from one of them, from two of them actually. Sorry, as you move away.
What?
They're both within striking range of you. It'll be with disadvantage because they've been tangled, but you up for that?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. So you got 1 and 2.
Oh,
The 13 and a 7 to hit. I think both of them misses, right? Excellent stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
just miss.
It is top of the round. I'm going to do another little thing. It's just loading dice, which is bizarre. And the shattered remains of the ladder skeleton remain shattered on the floor. Jump! It is your go.
Oh. So Basque has just run over there.
Mm-hmm. Basker's run to the opposite side of the warehouse from you, Jomp, leaving you and Rusty the closest to Skelly times.
I'm gonna cast Blessed on us all.
Ooh, very nice.
So you know that smell, petrichor, when rain hits the earth, and after a day's sunshine, you get that amazing fresh earth smell. This just rises up from the ground and kind of coats us all in this fresh feeling of new day, new horizons, new things to experience. And then as my bonus action, come on, there are only skeletons, we can do this! And everyone gets advantage on their next attacks against the skeletons.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. Is that your
That's
kobold
my
ability?
kobold war cry, yeah.
So is that against one creature or is that against all creatures?
That's against every creature that can hear me.
Oh wow, that's pretty powerful. That's pretty cool.
Within 10 feet of me, and I think 5, 10. That northern one, that one there might not be able to, but the rest of them, I think.
The furthest one, the one that's glowing blue from.
Yeah, the one that's glowing blue, but the other two, for sure.
Cool. And the bless that you've given, that gives is it 1d4 to attack rolls as well?
Attack rolls and saving throws, yeah.
Boosh, that is pretty dramatic stuff. The smell of the kind of the petrichor that comes from the bless really cuts through the kind of the reek of kind of acidic kind of sour smell, especially that seems to be really coming from these guys in particular. It seems that's where maybe that putrid smell was coming from.
Cool.
Um,
And as my movement action, may I squeeze myself in between a couple of crates so that I'm not quite so visible? I mean,
Yeah.
if need be, I'll go behind these.
Yeah, you can duck around behind some crates. Underneath the palisades is where most of the crates kind of still exist, so you can duck away into those.
Fantastic. That's what I'll do.
Anything that's coming towards you would have to kind of go around them as well. Rusty,
Fantastic.
your go. You've got one glowing target and several shouty targets. Is that how that works?
Shouty targets. You feel pretty good about hitting the shouty targets. You also feel pretty good about hitting the blue glowy targets.
You've got a whole range of
good.
advantages to stack in your favour right now.
I'm going to run towards this one directly east of me.
The one that reformed. You've still got the jaw of.
No, he's got the jaw back now because.
Oh, he does have the jaw back. Sorry, yeah. He does.
You get it back.
I'm going to sort of try and run just to the south and round them, sort of anti-clockwise around the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And as I do so, I'm going to kind of like try and move him up a bit, just like lift him up in height slightly, so their rib cages kind of just like together. I'm trying to get them really, really entangled in each other so that they're useless.
Yeah, you can do another strength check to see how much you can merge these two creatures into
Is that with advantage?
With advantage, yeah. You've got shouty advantage. You've got glowy advantage. All the advantages right now. Plus a D4. Does it work for checks as well, John?
I don't know. Let me have a look.
I got a 5 and a 21, a natural 20.
A natural 20. Describe what your two skelly creature looks like.
So as he runs past, he kind of just grabs him and just like lifts and pushes, and then as he does that, their two opposing rib cages just kind of like taper up against each other. So they're not quite hugging, but they're not. You know, there's arms, there's ribs.
Oh no.
And there's two distinct kind of like creatures in this mess of bones and skeletons that are trying to just like, they've got no comprehension of like, they're basically like,
they're too dumb to work out how to
NPCs continue to try to walk into a door, you know. They just can't understand what's going on, trying to walk and just combined into each other. You've still got your bonus action if you want to do anything else.
I'm just going to say, do we run? Do we fight? Jomp and Basque.
Seem to be doing all right at the moment.
So, Jay, cover your ears. My plan for the next round, being inspired by the horrible entangling of the skeletons, would to be to stop trying to do things with spells that I don't know and just go back to entangle, and to entangle all of the three that are on the floor. And I think that lasts for a while, so we could potentially hold them.
There's only two on the floor at the moment. There's one up on the rafters still, above where Jomp's ducked out of the way.
There's the dead one as well, though, isn't there? Which isn't the most... might not stay dead.
Yeah, so far, there's only two formed skeletons.
What
I'm
do you
able to
reckon?
move, aren't I?
Yeah,
Now,
still got
'cause
your movement, yeah.
I've only used a half of it, haven't I?
Yeah.
And is that right? Monks can carry. Look.
Was it 35 foot of movement?
40.
40.
40.
And you've got your
Yep.
you can use a key point to like dash and stuff as well. So
Yep. So I'm going to burn another key point to use the flurry of blows. I'm not entirely sure whether I need it, but the drunken technique also gives me the disengage action, so these two won't be able to.
Oh, nice! If you move away as well afterwards, you're going to hit them and then move away. Nice.
And then that gives me another 10 so, I'm assuming that 50 foot should allow me to
get out,
onto them, tie them up, and then run back around, jump off this box, and up on to this one up on the balcony.
Well, you've got advantage attacking these two. Or you going for the one on the balcony, sorry, or are you going for the ones that are...
No, I was going to go for the one on the balcony, because I assume that they're embraced.
Yeah, cool. Do you want to give us an athletics check or an acrobatics check to jump up onto there from these crates? It's a bit of a...
Is that advantage or normal?
That'll be normal. It's not a saving throw, so I don't think you get your bless. It's just a regular acrobatics or athletics check. Make the leap.
Four. Natural one for a 4.
Oh no!
So you make it to onto the barrel. You push these things together, jump from up, like would have been a graceful leap onto this raised platform, but the surface that you jump from, these old crates, just gives way under the pressure of your feet, and you tumble next to this thing you've created, Rusty.
Hideous monster.
This hideous monster. You still got the rest of your movement. That's only cost you 15, but yeah, you've fluffed the jump.
No, because I ran around them, didn't I? First?
Oh, that's sorry. Yeah, so you probably
loop them
it's probably about
so
all of your movement left.
I'm thinking I've maxed out my movement right now.
Just running back to Mrs. Flowerpenny's shop and then back again.
Yeah, I'll run back to get Thimble.
Are you still using your bonus action for your flurry of blows?
It was dependent on whether I think could I still use it, or I would have thought I'm talking myself out of a fight here, but I would have thought if the jump hadn't gone the way he would have expected and he landed on his arse, then he might not be.
Cool. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm on board with that. It is the skeletons go then, and they are going to. They were previously going to try and take an action to try and separate themselves, but I feel like they're so meshed together now that that's not going to be easily possible. So they're just going to try and strike down at you in the weird combined form with disadvantage as they try to like. They're both turning at the same time to strike you, and they can't quite do it. So it's going to be very, very disadvantaged attack trying to get you. So we've got 1, 10, and another. Is it 8?
Nope.
Just like not even doing full swings. They're just kind of like stopping each other from doing this thing. Meanwhile, the only target that our one up in the rafters has is Basque now. So they're going to take a shot at Basque with one of these like little stone-tipped, crooked bow arrows. I'm going to take a shot towards Basque. It wasn't with a disadvantage, but either way, it's a 7 or a natural 1. So I feel like thunk into one of the crates nearby, Basque. You feel one of these arrows whisk quite far away from you. Actually, you're quite okay. But it is your go, Basque.
So I'm gonna go with my instinct, and I'm gonna cast Entangle on the one that is already entangled, and also the one that's kind of on the floor.
Cool.
So
cover that
just
area.
basically making more of a mess of the thing that Rusty has already messed up quite considerably.
It's art. You'll get it one day.
Yeah. It's like flower arranging, like, you know, when you position all the flowers like but like with bones. Disgusting.
So is it a 10-foot 10-foot square? Is it, sorry?
20-foot square.
20-foot square. Cool.
So I'm gonna aim at the middle guy.
It's got all of them. It's fine. It's not sticking for some reason. I don't know why. I was trying to use the fancy new thing in.
It's got fade delay. If you change it from instant to linger, it seems to stay.
Save. Well done. Thank you, RevTed. No, I can't move it. Never mind. Yeah, you can definitely get all of them in this space. It's the warehouse itself is like 60 foot by 40 foot, so 20-foot cube is 20-foot square is covering most of the floor.
So they must all make me a strength saving throw.
Does it exclude allies?
It doesn't, but because I am a clever cat, I am going to cast it in such a way that it does not get rusty.
So 20 foot by 20 foot.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Rusty's prone anyway, isn't he? So.
Yeah, that's true. So they've got to make dexterity saving throws, was it?
Strength saving throws.
Strength saving throws, cool. They're still merged. We'll do it with disadvantage. So we've got 1, 2. It's a 10 and a nat 1.
6 to be them, and the one on the floor as well. So that would be they're all entangled.
Cool. What happens with entangled? Just they're entangled at the moment. They can't move.
Yeah. So vines, like little ivy, creeps out of the floor, and just winds all around them.
I love the idea of the like bits of the floor like breaking open is like weeds and stuff. Creep out of between the floorboards and wrap around the skeletons. Already merged forms.
Just making it just super gross, yeah. Like, you know when you see like a trellis and it's got like stuff climbing all around it, like that, like all around the roots and stuff.
But made of human bones and.
Maybe like one of the eye sockets, like little flower just out of the eye socket.
Is that you done, Basque?
I'm gonna say yes.
Cool. Jump over in the crates. It's your go. You've got this beautiful Art Nouveau piece in the middle of the warehouse.
Really, isn't it? Oh gosh, I'm gonna move out from under here until I can see this chap who's taking pot shots at everyone.
Yes. Looks down from above, and he's still aiming towards Basque, and like you see it like very lazily turns his head towards you a little bit and back to Basque.
Let us see if my sacred flame can hit him.
Ooh.
DC 13 dex.
Dexterity saving throw. These guys have been really good on dex today.
They have.
Oh, it's not with disadvantage.
They are still good, and that's the third 17 you've rolled against me.
Oof. My apologies for these.
Distressing.
Skelly
Move
boys.
back.
Go
Underneath the balcony.
Nope. None of that.
Little bit disheartened. Sad little kobold.
Running out. Running back in.
Yeah, sits back in. Looks really beat up. Got acid dripping down her clothes. Got an arrow sticking out of her. Got a big slash wound where a rusty sword sliced into her.
Get a shot for that.
Yeah.
Rusty, it is your go as Jomp scurries back into the safety of the storage facility.
How much is it? Half your movement to stand up?
It is, yeah.
So that changes my measurements. Can I?
Oh, it actually, yeah, because it's half. It means a lot more for you. That's weird. That's really weird. I've never considered that before.
It takes more effort for me to get up.
There's still a lot more left over at the end of it, though. So.
This area here is difficult terrain, and from what I can tell, it's difficult terrain for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite. I was thinking, could I get up to the other one? But I can't quite get to him if I've only got 20 foot left. Sucks to be me.
Can you still punch the ones that are entangled, though?
Yeah, but I don't want to punch them unentangled.
That's true. This is true.
You can use your movement to try and get up onto the raised platform.
I still won't have enough to get to it, though, will I?
No, you'll be up there though, if that makes sense.
I'm just going to move down to here and get ready for my next thing.
I don't think you'll be able to move that far though, because it's difficult terrain.
All right, okay.
So you'll only have to move half that distance. in that direction.
Oh, okay. Can I hop up there then?
Yeah, you can do a little. Do you want to do another acrobatics check or athletics check to try and climb up to the leap off the crates and up onto this raised floor?
21.
Yeah, much more like it. With grace and aplomb. Rusty can make it up there nice and easy. You could have got another 5 foot if you want to move anything up there.
Yeah, just move down.
Excellent stuff. Rusty hops up onto the raised platform, running towards this archery skeleton, and it's seeing you will like very slowly like rotate its head. It slowly move its bow around to face you, Rusty, and take a pot shot at you with its bow, lazily pulling another arrow from its quiver and launching at you. Oh, that was the GM only. Is it? 16 to hit?
Yes, it does hit just about.
Just hits for 5 points of piercing damage.
Do I get a reaction on that?
You can use your action whenever you want.
Yeah, I use deflect missiles. So I like how we're 9 episodes in, and I'm like, how do you play a monkey? Because we haven't even really fought anyone, have we? You get 1d10 plus your dex, plus your monk level. Christ,
you have found interesting ways out of lots of situations so far, which is very enjoyable. As this arrow flies towards Rusty, you're going to roll your d10 plus, what was it?
Dex modifier and monk level.
Oh man, that's going to be pretty good, right?
Well, the d10 I got 10 on, so that negates his damage anyway.
Oh yeah, you did 5, didn't you? I'm thinking you got to beat the 16. So the 5 points of piercing ammo. So if it fully negates the damage, things happen, right?
Yep, if it reduces it to 0, you can catch the missile, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack with the weapon you've just caught. As part of the same reaction. You make this attack with your proficiency regardless of your weapon's proficiencies, and the missile counts as a monk weapon for the attack.
Nice. So yeah, just any kind of monk attack would do it, I think. Dex-based attack.
I have to, yep, so my last key point, I'm gonna grab this. Was it an arrow? Was it?
Yeah.
Just as it comes past, I'm gonna grab and then follow with the momentum and throw it back at him.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, roll your attack roll.
Just my normal unarmed attack.
It counts as a monk weapon, so yeah, it's a regular unarmed attack essentially, because you're basing it off dex, right?
Yeah,
What?
I got a dirty 20 for 5. It says bludgeoning, but it'd be piercing.
It goes solidly through the hollow of its eye and just like cracks out the back of its head. And it just it's kind of like shatters through the back of it. And it's looking it looks surprisingly fine, considering like the back of its head has been blown out by its own arrow. And it kind of like again lazily looks down to reach for another arrow, almost unaware of what's just happened to it. But yeah, that was an excellent bash. Meanwhile, these two things, can they make checks to move through this entangled business, Basque? Or
They need. Oh, I just accidentally sent something to chat. They make strength saving throws if they would like to extract themselves
we're
from.
going to try and get strength saving throw with disadvantage because they're still merged as one horrific being.
That needs to be a mid-journey picture.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with that now. To 4, so these things can't go anywhere, and they just kind of struggle in place, covered in vines, barely moving now. And it's your go back.
At least they got each other.
So I'm going to shoot the tangled and writhing mess of vines and bones.
Are you aiming more
Excuse me.
towards the one that was reanimated or the one that was originally chasing Rusty?
Ooh.
They are kind of mostly one thing now, but you've got advantage on both, I think. Does your
No, mine has worn off.
Oh, is yours only worn off? Okay, so the one that hasn't been that was originally chasing Rusty, that's still glowing blue from your magics, so you get advantage on the attack roll.
Okay, I'm gonna try and go for the one I've got advantage on.
Cool.
If I can figure out, I'm just going to press it twice.
Oh, same roll both times, which was 19 on the dice, 24 to hit. Is that right?
Oh, you can also add a d4 to that.
Oh yeah, you can do.
Can I add a d4 to that?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, it's 20. It's 26 actually, isn't it? Because you've got your fighting style archery plus the d4. So it's a 28 to hits. That might do it.
Yeah.
For how much damage we're talking?
So it says swarm/marked, but I don't think it is because that's only on the first one that's dead. So it would be. Well, they're both the same. So can I have the one that says 9 piercing? The
swarm damage is 4. Sorry, it's 5. Sorry, I should say. And the arrow is 9, so it's 14 to hit. 14 damage. Sorry.
So no, it wouldn't be the 5. It would only be the piercing. So 9 damage.
Oh, do you not use your swarm anyway?
No, I think you only get that on the first one that you hit with an attack roll. Let me double check.
I think you can use swarm every round. I think, but I don't know.
Or you can only use it a certain number of times. Call a mystical bond to mark target as your favourite enemy for 1 minute or until you lose concentration. First time on each of your turns you hit the favourite enemy and deal damage, you increase that damage by 1d4. You can use this feature to mark a favourite enemy a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, which is 2.
Oh, so you can do it again if you wanted to.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. So yeah, you switch your hunter's focus towards it, and as well as your arrow dealing, that would be 15 points of damage. And it's difficult to tell because the vines are holding it all up into place. But it seems to be less movement coming from the structure now, as half of the bone seems to have just kind of loosened. The rest of it seems to be, it's all still being held up by these vines tying it together. This weird mangled creature still exists. Jump, it's your go.
Oh my gosh. Where's Rusty gone? I can't. He's upstairs, isn't he?
You see the dump, 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 dump on the floorboards ahead, kind of.
Okay.
You probably hear the sound of a spin as well as he's doing his return arrow. Like the sliding noises of it.
Monstrosity still moving.
Half part of it is, yeah. Like this part of it's still mangled moving. The rest of it's just bones like loose, like in the vines.
Good grief. Sacred flame to put it out of its misery. Let's hope. Let's hope. DC.
Dexterity save. Here we go.
Please.
It's a 7.
It worked. 7 points of radiant damage.
As the remaining bones glow with your radiant light and begin to sputter apart and fracture, and the two skeletons kind of like are stuck in a weird embrace, unmoving, wrapped in vines, in the middle of this empty warehouse.
I spent hours making that. Well, seconds, but still.
Where are the ladders?
There'll be one to the north where the other skeleton kind of tried to get down, and there'll be probably one down not too far from where you're actually, probably down the south as well, near the entrance to the warehouse.
But I'm concerned that if I poke my head up, I'm gonna get it lopped off with a cleaver. So I'm gonna make my way up underneath to the other ladders.
Staying in the cover, cool.
Yeah, the safer ladders.
Rusty, it's your go. There doesn't seem to be any moving or creaking coming from down below anymore. There's just this one skeleton who's half of its head still glares out of you. You can see the rest of the warehouse like through its eyes now, as it reaches slowly for another bow, just looking dead towards you.
I'm just gonna saunter up to it, and be like, most things when they're shot on the head die, and then I'm just gonna grab both ends of the arrow and just spin it round.
We'll call that an unarmed attack. That's very good.
16
is a hit. As its head spins around and continues to spin and loop, and the rest of the body kind of just seems to slowly crumble away as the head's still spinning there, and eventually kind of helicopters its way down with a little doomph onto the pile of bones, and all of the creaking and groaning and snapping of bones ceases in the warehouse space.
Yay!
You hear it. Da, 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 da.
Is the pile of bone art still burning? Or is that just burning?
It's not burning.
Stopped?
It's frozen in plants for the better part of an hour still. It'll be in those plants unless Basque removes the spell. But yeah, Sacred Flame, thankfully, that doesn't burn things, it just glows.
Oh, right.
Or something.
Fair enough.
Despite the name.
I'll probably say to Rusty, I'm going to tell Dimmy about the beautiful art that you made. Well done.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, just because we're being monsters doesn't mean we can't create something beautiful from the moment. It's quite strange. I think I'm not used to actually hitting things. I'm surprisingly good at it, to be honest. I quite enjoyed that. Is there any more? Jomp, you can come out now.
Is it over?
Yeah, we got them.
They hit me. Where did they come from?
Well, I think Basque found them, but
Can I tippy toes and have a look into the crate that the one that popped out at Basque was hiding in?
Yeah, when you pop your snout in, the thick smell of this kind of acidic smell really kind of blasts Jomp in the face. At the bottom of these
acid?
blackened crates. And looking at the bones next to them, you can see like the melted skin along them. These have been unpleasantly disposed of originally.
can I ascertain from if there's any clothes or anything like that, or like where they came from, or if they belong to a clan or a group or guards or
anything that seems to be more than rags seems to have been melted away by as Jomp is quite familiar with recently. Seems to have been acidically burned away in a rather unpleasant manner.
Can we tell like how long, or would I be pushing it?
You can do a medicine check. Who did the medicine check and flubbed it before? Anyone other than that person can do it.
I haven't done a medicine check.
Yeah. Cool. Rusty's. We've learned that Rusty's a pro chiropractor.
Yeah. 9.
A 9. Are you having a look as well, Jomp?
I can take a look. See what I can get. 17.
I don't know whether in the kobold mines there's a lot of bones used in structures or something. I don't know.
Heckman White Barrows. They did have to clear out a lot of graves, and they were humanoid. So yeah.
And these look similar in terms of these have been
we ascertain
for a long time.
That Jomp had maybe at one point eaten humans. So it might know how they went together or came apart.
The rumours are still abound.
No.
But yeah, you can tell that these folk, whoever they were not killed recently. These are old bones. Even with the scoring damage, it's years, not weeks.
So did we all see that flashing light that kind of reanimated them?
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw something, but...
And everywhere there were a light, did a skeleton pop up out of the box? Like, skeleton in a box.
Yeah, each of the crates that had a chap pop out was one that had a mark on it that kind of like fizzled away as they...
The bookcase didn't know that. That had a mark, but didn't...
The mark didn't fizzle on the bookcase.
Ah.
Well, I
Is
relay.
the mark still there?
Well, when I was over by the bookcase, I saw as my hand started to reform from the invisibility spell that you lost concentration on. It did. It was definitely a light from there. Well, there might be a tiny skeleton on the shelf somewhere, but I didn't see one.
Kind of expecting a skeleton to rush out and hit us. Or acid. One of the two.
It's just been Jomp's day.
This one you on this robe.
The shelf that had the light on it, Rusty, was a bit above your height. So it was like you know, above you when you were searching. And you can still see a little bit of a light there, maybe, as you're looking.
Can I scoot Jomp up to have a closer look?
Yeah.
A look.
A kitty back.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a bit sticky and acid. And I do have a blood dripping down me because I was rather injured.
So Bass used to it, so he's just sort of like...
It's fine now.
Look away. And what do I see? What do I see up here?
So as you look up there, you can see a small sigil. It looks like a you would recognize. Well, I don't. What's Jomp's Arcana like?
Not so good. It's
Cool.
negative, in fact.
There's a symbol of some kind on the
There's a
surface
squiggle.
of the shelf. Yeah.
There's a squiggle.
And behind it, immediately behind it, is possibly the only one you've seen in this entire place. Is a book standing upright, as if there were books either side of it, but there are not.
Book called?
It's unnamed. It's a blue book.
It's right suspicious of an unnamed blue book. I'm gonna take the book off the shelf.
You reach for the book and pull it off, but it doesn't come all the way away. It angles away, and you hear a mechanical clink and clunk, and the two shelves in front of you in the wall, dust drops down as they begin to clank open, and as you look in this slowly opening door, a golden light begins to shine out towards you, and that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
No acid.
There's a
Yeah, no
gelatinous
acid.
cube.
No.
You guys are fine against the 40-foot square acidic cube. It's fine.
No, we can't punch. Well, I
So
can't
mad at
punch.
you.
Terrifying.
Well done against the Bony Boys, gang. You did very well.
They were
Sillies.
very good bony boys, weren't they?
They were very dexterous, bony.
They were so
They were.
dexterous.
Considering they have no muscles, like they're very lot of movement.
I was kind of reading it as they were less dexterous. There's just less to hit of them. So like arrows are going through, or they're like things like they're just
It's
not.
true.
But you managed to literally make something of them with your art piece. It's now in the middle of the of the place. But yes, you've had a little bit of a tete-a-tete with Traevous, that's his name, forgot his name, and found his empty warehouse, well, not so empty warehouse, it turns out, and yeah, found something else in this place. But what is it? We'll find out next
I
week.
would never have guessed skeletons in a box.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
I was interested to see whether or not you guys would search more of the boxes, because there was going to be several boxes with different skeletons in, and what you made of it. But yeah, it's
Skeletons in a box.
what's in the box?
What
What's
did
in
you
the
get for
box?
Christmas? Skeletons in a box.
But yes, thank you, the three of you, for playing with us today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I have been JStation64. You can find me on my channel, JStation64, on Sundays at 9:30 AM on UK time, where I'm playing Tuvok. Tuvok? That's from Star Trek. Churro.
Yes.
Tuvok Dinosaur Hunter. It is illogical not to defeat the dinosaurs.
I would watch that spin-off.
Totally.
The remastered edition of the N64 game, so come and join us for that. Basque, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Getting a bit sleepy, but I'm good. So I don't have a channel, but you can find this game and also the Vaesen actual play that we're also playing intermittently over the past year on the Little Ghosty Games YouTube channel.
Exactly. Is that still working, Little Ghosty Games? No, I need to. It's because it's been weeks since we've done anything. I've not checked anything for ages, and I've been so busy at work that I've just not had time to do all of the little checks to get things working. So next week it'll be running smoother again. We've also got the wonderful RevTed.
Hello, I'm RevTed. I've played Rusty while not making interpretive skeleton art pieces. I sometimes make videos about computers on the internet. So yeah, feel free to pop over to my channel, which is Revivify, and have a poke around.
And last but not least, we have Amadan.
Hello there. I have been Jomp. Join us next week. Oh, arise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all.
Classic one-liner. And we'll see if Jomp's managed to acquire more loot and more more merch in the meantime. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I hope you'll have an absolutely wonderful rest of your week, and we will catch you next time in the warehouse of the Bad Batch. Thanks for joining us. Cheers. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.